What do you two? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another reaction video. We got this doesn't look good for Shedeur Sanders. I don't know what the fuck this nigga got going on. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Now, if y'all haven't heard, you know what I'm saying, for the people that haven't heard, probably, I don't know how you wouldn't, you know what I'm saying, by now, but this motherfucker was going 100 miles per hour. I'm like, bro, please don't let this be another Henry Ross situation. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. And then I saw like a couple clips of like the cops stopping him and shit like that. I don't think this nigga had an ID or anything. They asked this nigga for a social security number. I'm like, bro, when the fuck cops start asking for that? But I was reading like some of the comments and shit, and they said like when you don't have your ID, then they ask you for that. I had no idea. You know what I'm saying? But this nigga Shedeur, bro. Oh my god. That is
Browns rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders, caught going 41 miles over the speed limit. By with a second car not far behind. Officers turn on lights and sirens. Both the truck and the car pull over. Sanders was issued a ticket and a court summons, but if he pays a fine, he will not have to show up in court.
So it's been exactly
go ahead and pay that fine, gang. You know you got the money
on Shedeur Sanders, and I already know the comment section is gonna say, "Oh my God, Mike, another video on Shedeur Sanders." But at the same time, if I didn't make this video, I'd be getting tweets about why I didn't make a video on what happened to Shedeur Sanders. At this point, can you blame me? Because this has been one crazy roller coaster ride. Picture this: you're Shedeur Sanders. You're the son of an NFL legend. You just went from potential first-round pick, falling all the way to the 5th round. Now you're getting pulled over at 12:24 a.m., doing 101 miles per hour on the highway just weeks after getting drafted.
On the highway at that.
Crazier and crazier. So we're gonna update you guys on everything. Before we get to the content, this video is sponsored. When building a YouTube channel,
we skipping right by that. I ain't gonna lie.
/microphone to start for free. That's rocketmoney.com. And thank you, Rocket Money, for today's sponsor. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? So Shedeur Sanders was supposed to be a top 5 or top 10 pick. We're talking about number 2 overall, potentially behind Cam Ward. ESPN had him at a 96 to 97% chance of being selected by pick 21, and then he just kept falling and falling and falling.
One of the biggest drive slides in the NFL
is he was live streaming the entire thing, which gave us some great moments where his father would react to each team passing on him. I mean, there was the Browns passing on him, and then his dad said this about his future teammate. There was when the Saints passed on him at pick number 10. There was when the Saints passed on him again to take Tyler Shaw. There was obviously the
I still can't believe this nigga went before Shedeur. There's a lot of quarterbacks in that draft class I would have took over Tyler Shaw. I'm gonna keep it a buck, nigga. I'm taking Milroe over him. At least Milroe got more upside, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking Dylan Gabriel, Quinn Ewers. This nigga shouldn't have been taken nowhere near the 2nd round, bro.
This is Mickey Loomis here, GM of the Saints.
Oh yeah, and this asshole.
Yeah, we have. It's been a long wait, man.
We're gonna take you with our next pick right here, man.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Goofy ass nigga, bro.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer, man.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Ready to go. What does that mean?
That shit is not funny.
And eventually, the Browns would trade up and grab him at pick 144 in the 5th round.
They didn't even look happy.
Went from potentially making $40+ million as a first-round pick to signing a 5th-round contract. And everybody was wondering why. People were suggesting that NFL teams were racist, even though the number 1 overall pick in this year's NFL draft was a black quarterback. But
it definitely wasn't that.
Unanimously pointed
Milroe
to
went
one
before
factor, and it was the fact that Shedeur Sanders bombed the pre-draft interviews. And when you take a look at his draft combine footage, it makes a lot of sense.
If you ain't trying to change the franchise or the coach, don't give me. You should know history repeats itself.
And like, hold on, go back to what he said.
Change the franchise or the coach, don't give me.
Well, I don't understand what was wrong with what he said, bro. If you're not trying to change your franchise, the trajectory of your franchise, then don't pick me. Which he's saying, if you're not trying to win, then don't pick me. Like, I don't understand what was wrong about what he said right there. He just keeping it real, nigga.
You know, history repeats itself over and over and over, and I've done it over and over and over, so it should be no question why NFL franchise should pick me. You think I'm worried about what critics say or what people gotta say? You know who my dad is?
He got a W mindset, bro. You gotta give him that. Even though he can be a little arrogant at times.
This isn't just my own assessment. Todd McShay famously said this on his podcast.
Surprised it wasn't being talked about, that Shedeur Sanders I told you, if you've been following the show from the beginning, told you there were 2 personnel people that I spoke to who were in the room during interviews, which means they're key parts of the organization. Let's leave it at that. 2 teams drafting in the top 10 with quarterback needs.
And that
where the
shit
interviews
4 hours
did
long.
not go well.
God damn.
Not disrespectful. Nothing.
I can't
harsh.
listen to
Just
podcasts
felt
for that
like
long. I'm
the phrase
sorry.
I've been using, and I think it aptly describes it. Shedeur didn't get the sense that Shedeur cared all that much about what we thought of him.
One scout even told reporters that
That should be the same thing everybody should think, bro. Like, you shouldn't care what people have to say, bro. You know what I'm saying?
View I've ever seen in my life. He's so entitled. He takes unnecessary sacks. He never plays on time. He has horrible body language. And he blames teammates. And to his credit, there is evidence of Shedeur Sanders blaming his teammates.
How many times did Raul get touched? Of course, whenever you're able to run the ball consistently and whenever you're able to, then that opens up the pass, you know? But it's just like, you got to understand, like, what your team good at. So it's like, why would we keep running the ball if we out there and we get in a situation where it's a must get and we don't get it? But if we're going to go down, I'd rather go down swinging because I know I can throw the best punch.
I mean, it all made a lot of sense when you took a step back.
I get what he's saying, but at the same time, that is crazy, though, bro. But, like, Colorado, they had no good, like, rushing attack at all, bro, for the past couple years. So, I don't know, bro. I kind of see where he's coming from, but at the same time, nigga, you can't be throwing your teammates under the bus like that.
And paid attention to it. I don't think his father.
That's not W leadership, bro.
Said things like this 1 year ago.
I know where I want them to go. So there's certain cities that ain't gonna happen. It's gonna be it's gonna be an Eli.
And I think this created one of the most interesting storylines that I've ever covered surrounding the NFL draft. Because you have a player that was considered to be a potential first round pick, sliding all the way to a 5th round pick who could potentially start for the Cleveland Browns. And this is where the story gets really juicy. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not as passionate as Mel Kiper was on draft.
That nigga Mel Kiper was sucking his shit.
Successful
for 50 years when it
bro,
comes to evaluating
the
quarterbacks.
whole draft, he was.
No idea what they're doing in terms of evaluating quarterbacks.
God.
That's proof.
How
How
many
many they say we know exactly what we're talking about with quarterbacks? They don't.
But I could understand the take. In Colorado in 2024, Shedeur completed 74% of his passes. Now,
Could have been more if his
there
offensive
was
line
one
was
specific
good.
reason for that.
They gave you a completion percentage award, and all you did was throw checkdowns and bubble screens. That's actually crazy.
So now the current
Hey,
situation
Kenworth
is
he got a point with that. Screens to Trav, LeJontay, Jimmy Horn. Got a point with that. I ain't gonna lie.
Sanders is fighting for his life in one of the most.
But like at the same
interesting
time, when your
quarterbacks.
offensive line is bad, you got no choice but to run screens and shit like that. So, you know.
Battles in Cleveland. He's behind Joe Flacco, who's a quarterback that's 40 years old. That's become a journeyman in the late stage of his career, but experienced tremendous success
Ravens
in
legend.
Kevin Stefanski's system the last time he was in it. Kenny Pickett, who was once a promising first-round pick,
Pickett
that
gonna
has
be the
recently
odd man
become
out.
a journeyman himself, and Dylan Gabriel, a quarterback that was selected right before him in the 3rd round. And so far, the practice numbers on Shedeur are a little mixed. On one hand, he is actually the best quarterback statistically in camp out of all these QBs. Through
I've
the
been
open
seeing a lot
practices
about that.
Reporters tracked, Shedeur Sanders was completing over 77% of his passes with 9 touchdowns and 1 interception. Meanwhile, Kenny Pickett was sitting at 60% with 0 touchdowns. But the thing is, Shedeur Sanders is getting 4th team reps. Despite this, his head coach is still giving him praise, saying that he's in there early, he's getting his work done.
I mean, he's still going
working
against
really,
NFL
really
players,
hard.
so.
I like everything about Shedeur. His offensive coordinator, Tommy Rees, said that Shedeur Sanders has really put in a lot of work in the mental side of the game. But Mary Kate Cabot from Cleveland gave us all a very rough reality check. Shedeur right now is the 4th team quarterback. He did not take any team reps the other day. Not just that he wasn't the 2nd or 1st guy, he didn't take any 11 on 11s that day. And I'll tell you, the hardest part about doing research about this is there's so many mixed opinions on Shedeur, and you can clearly tell everyone has an agenda. This is one of my favorite X accounts because it pretty much gasses up each and every single rookie each and every year at this time of year, and I just find it to be humorous, saying Shedeur put an absolute show at Browns OTAs today. Sanders finished today going 7 of 8, which is 78%, 100 plus yards and 3 TDs. Sanders was reportedly the most efficient of any QB on the field during the team portions of practice, leading all QBs in completion percentage and total TDs. It's early, but Sanders' ball placement reportedly looks the most elite of any young QB to come through the Browns roster in years. Several sources close to the Browns reportedly believe it's 100% possible that Sanders ends up as the Week 1 starter if he continues the elite practice performances. Here's another one. Shedeur Sanders reportedly stole the show once again at Browns OTAs today. Sanders' precision, timing, and accuracy have reportedly been as advertised through a few practices now. Today, Sanders reportedly went 9 of 14, which is 64%, for 100 plus passing yards, 3 passing TDs, and 1 interception off of a tipped pass. One source close to the situation reportedly believes that Sanders will close the case fairly easily once he receives a consistent shot with the first team. It feels insane to say this early, but the Tom Brady playstyle is becoming evident. He elevates the game of everyone around him. You see what I mean by gassing up rookies a little bit too early? I mean, don't get me wrong, Shedeur Sanders could be incredible in the NFL. Automatically coming out and saying that he's playing like Tom Brady because he's taking 14 reps is insane. Now, could he be an excellent player?
Niggas just be comparing anybody to Tom Brady nowadays, bro.
Also provides a nice counter argument here. Shedeur Sanders in this particular play stares his wide receiver down. It's obviously in a limited practice session, so I don't know how much stock you could put into this, but the fact that he stares his wide receiver down isn't something you want to do in a legitimate NFL game. But at the same time, Shedeur Sanders is clearly a hit with the kids. And if you take a look at the footage behind the scenes, the way he's interacting with his teammates does make it seem like his teammates actually really enjoy him and really support him.
Placement is just outstanding. If we could just get a tight end to catch it at some point.
Just throw it up, man. I want to take the rest. Just throw it up. I'll take the rest.
You better not put that blick up if you score. You see, Coach got on you. Got on me.
On you, not me. I didn't do that. I slam it. You know. You be playing with the Browns. You know what I do? I'm Madden. Yeah.
Which brings us to probably the main reason I decided to
trust and believe me, nigga. Nobody's playing with the Browns on Madden.
Make this video.
Come
but I
on,
feel
dog.
kind of stupid making this video.
What the
if
fuck?
I didn't provide you a training camp update first. Is the fact
nobody's
that
using the
Shedeur
Browns
Sanders
at
made a
Madden.
horrific
Maybe this year they
mistake.
might
Check
with
this out.
Shedeur. You know
It's
what I'm
literally
saying?
12:24 in the morning on June 17th, and Shedeur Sanders is flying down Interstate 71 North in his black 2025 Dodge Ram TRX. Now, as Shedeur Sanders
at least
is
he pulled
driving,
over
the
right
cops
away, though.
clock him doing 41 over the speed limit, and that's not just speeding. That's I'm late for something very important type of speed.
Yeah, I saw this clip.
Confirm it's out of Colorado. How you doing? 101.
Sheesh, that is crazy, bro. Like, what the fuck is he thinking, bro?
Do you have your license proof insurance on you? Yeah, I got her at 92. Yeah, what's in there? License or? I don't need registration, I just need license proof insurance. What's your social security number? Sanders, are you, do you have a Ohio driver's license? Okay, what's your first name? Shedeur? Do you have a Colorado driver's license? Alright. Alright, hang tight, I'll be back in a minute. What are you doing on this side? It's just my, partner, just back up. He's not doing anything. Oh, I'm gonna cut you a break. I'm not gonna give her a ticket. Like I said, I got her at 92, but 101. I got a dash cam and stuff, man. Like, I don't remember.
Really?
Okay.
One thing I do like about this is that he's not being arrogant to the cop. You know what I'm saying? He's being cooperative and stuff like that. So I give him that.
Waiverable, okay. Your state where you're at has an agreement with Ohio that if you don't take care of the ticket, they will suspend your Mississippi license, okay? So there's a full number and all that on the back. If you just want to sign here by the X, it's just stating that you're going to take care of the citation. If you don't, they can suspend your license, okay?
You got the money to pay for it, so just go ahead and take care of that shit, man.
Call the number on the back. All right, man, appreciate it. How fast do you think you're going if you don't think you're at 101? Because I know this truck supercharger will do it. Oh, I gave it to me a little late. Who's it from?
Is that from Boykin?
Can't read it. I don't know who that is. You already wrote it, man. You got to give that to me before. I'm gonna give your girl a break, okay? I'm colorblind. Okay, the phone number, address is on the back here, okay? I'm gonna go up, get her license back, and then when I come back, then pull out and be safe here, okay?
And here's the craziest part. His girlfriend was following behind in a green Genesis doing 92 miles per hour.
God
She got
damn.
off with just a warning. According to the police report, Shedeur was actually pretty cool during the entire situation. There was no drama, no do you know who I am. He just took his 4th-degree misdemeanor citation.
I bet
and
everybody was waiting for him to
$250
spaz out
fine
too.
like a man. But honestly, this timing couldn't have been any worse. This was literally after he finished mandatory minicamp with the Browns. Like, you just got drafted by a team known for quarterback disasters, and the first headline is about speeding. What makes this even crazier is that Shedeur honestly had no issues at Colorado. Like, he had a squeaky clean record for 2 whole years. I mean, don't get me wrong, there was the flexing of the watch and the trash talking. Yeah, if you're not a fan of Shedeur Sanders, you might find that to be annoying, but obviously that's not going to get you into trouble. That's just causing controversy. And honestly, thankfully, nothing bad happened, but the reaction media is hilarious. I mean, Shedeur Sanders makes sure he gets to the Browns practice facility before anyone else. That's what a true leader does. You love to see it. Browns got their guy. Probably the funniest part about all this is he's getting compared to LeBron James, because when LeBron James was 23 years old, he drove 101 miles per hour.
First, this nigga getting compared to Tom Brady. Now he getting compared to the GOAT. I mean, both of them the GOAT, but he can compare to LeBron, nigga. Are we serious? Like, bro, here we go, nigga. Like, bro, I've never seen a rookie get talked about more than Shedeur Sanders, bro. Like, this shit is getting out of hand at this point. I'm not gonna lie.
On his 23rd birthday, and gave no assurance that he wouldn't go that fast again. So automatically, Cleveland Browns fans are saying, "Oh my God, it's the next coming of LeBron James." It's like when Shedeur Sanders gives you a ride home.
Hey,
at the end of the day, man, this has happened before.
What the
fuck?
Like,
obviously, it's a terrible look, and thank God it's not a DUI or anything of that sort. This could have ended disastrously, and thankfully nobody got hurt. Hopefully he learns from this, and it's definitely not the way you want to start your Cleveland
like,
Browns.
hold on. Go back to that tweet. Yeah, like one day after we reflect on Henry Ruggs, we got Shedeur Sanders driving 101. It's like, it's crazy, bro. Everybody sees what happened with Henry Ruggs, and they continue to speed and do all this unnecessary bullshit. Nobody is seeing what happened. Like, come on now, gang. Like, bro, Henry Ruggs took a innocent life and her dog. RP Tina Tinter, you know what I'm saying? He took 2 lives that day, and niggas and athletes are still speeding for no reason whatsoever. Like, bro, come on, bro. We gotta do better, gang. We gotta do better.
He learns from this.
It's never that
it's
serious.
Definitely not the way you want to start.
If you
your
late for
Cleveland
something,
Browns
just
career,
leave
when
the
you fell
house
from a
early,
first-round
gang.
pick to a 5th-round pick because of character concerns. But this is obviously something that he could put behind him and move forward. I guess I'm a little desensitized to this because I've seen instances where players were able to move on and not cause other off-the-field issues after initially doing something stupid like this. Most recently, Jordan Addison got into a situation like this.
This one, he had a valid explanation. You know what I'm saying? Because his dog, you know what I'm saying, emergency and shit like that. So this was valid. But it's still crazy. 140s. That shit is insane. But, you know what I'm saying? If your dog in trouble, you going to do anything for your dog. So I respect that.
And ever since then, he had a squeaky clean record. Hopefully, Shedeur Sanders can learn from this and move on. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about our bi-weekly Shedeur Sanders update. Ironically, we have a video on Henry Ruggs coming out very soon. It was either posted before
I
this
saw
video
that
or
already.
the very next
About
video
him, you know what I'm saying, speaking and
I'm
shit.
going to leave it in the end screen if it's already up. And aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.
Hey, man. Shit. I want to know what you guys think about, you know what I'm saying, the whole Shedeur Sanders situation. I know a lot of people going to have mixed opinions about it. my opinion, bro. I still don't know why the hell he was driving. You know what I'm saying, 101 miles per hour, like especially on the highway at that. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully this is the only time he does something like this, cause this is he got off with a warning right here, bro. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is pay the fine and shit like that. But next time it might not be so peachy, bro. I ain't gonna lie. So he gotta hope that, you know what I'm saying, this shit don't happen again, or media gonna go crazy over this. I ain't gonna lie. But hey, man, I wanna know what you guys think down in the comments below. Y'all let me know what other NFL videos I'm to react to. Without further ado, I'm out.
I'ma make them feel me, make them people when they show me. And if you don't know me, I'ma make sure that you know me. I hate to say it, but I really think I'm broke. But I know I'm chosen, I really know I'm chosen. I know I'm chosen. I was just lost a year ago, but now I'm focused. When good at sports, this microphone can be my trophy. Not taking drugs, I found a better way of coping.